So I was at the ATM the other day, just getting some money out, whatever, and this grandmother asked me to check her balance for her. I don't know. I don't know why she got so mad afterwards, but so yeah, we wanted to talk about a little bit of league stuff, but also just like main game RuneScape. So a little double whammy here. So buckle in, grab your seatbelt, and clip it in. Got some nice footage in the background of getting a lot of XP. Enjoy. So there are a lot of relics and a lot of passive effects in leagues currently, and people are loving them. And they're like, man, we need this in the main game. Right away, jumping to mind is some of these passive effects. So putting some of them up on screen right now. What would they need to do in the main game is they need to multiply XP by 5x. Just make it fat. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. I'm not going to go crazy with this video. I'm not going to like insinuate that we're adding like new relics or whatever to the main game like fully. But some of these like they could fit. Some of these things could be nice in the main game. So just looking at some of these things such as run energy, guys. We got unlimited run energy in leagues. Now, I don't think unlimited run energy in the main game makes a lot of sense. But they've obviously identified it as being a problem. When new players join the game feels slow, and it's just a big slodge fest. You know, you're just slobbling about without run energy, and it's like, oh, let me get myself some run energy. Oh, I need like freaking 80 billion herb lore and a bunch of agility laps to be able to run everywhere. So it doesn't make sense. I don't think they should go for unlimited run energy, but here's what I think they should do for it really quickly. For every 10 agility levels that you get an extra minute of run energy if you have 0 kilograms. And then for every kilogram, for every 10 kilograms that you're wearing, you lose a minute of run energy. So if you're in like max gear and you're running around with 99 agility, you'll get 9.9 minutes of run energy. But then if you have 50 kilograms on, you're getting 5 minutes of run energy. Like for 5 straight minutes. Picture like Olm fight. You will run out of energy halfway through if you're just straight running. So for a solo Olm, you'll still need it. But for a lot of things, like you'll be fine. And then I was thinking like once you hit 0 run energy, would it make sense for your character to start taking damage? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the idea is for that. This is the biggest one. Stackable clues. Okay? They're basically already in the game. We should have stackable clues in the game. I'm kind of all for it now. Used to be, no, you know, clues are unbalanced, this and that. They should, in my opinion, have it so once you reach milestones of clues, you unlock the ability to stack more clues. What they also could do is add a reward from clue scrolls, just like the master scroll book. Add like a, you know, easy clue scroll housing box. I don't know. A scroll box, easy, and it's empty. And as you get clues, you pick them up and you use them on the scroll box and it puts them in there. Or maybe if you have the scroll box in your inventory, it will just auto drop them as that version. But I think it would be fine. And then for, let's say, easy clues, you can get up to 10. And then mediums, you can get up to 8. Hards, you can get 5, for example. Elites, 3. Masters, 2. And then maybe for like the combat diaries, you can add 2 to each of them. So now you can get up to 4 masters, 5 masters. I don't know. Not totally sure what the solution is here. We essentially already have stackable clues by just dropping them, and they don't despawn for an hour. Like, you get so much time. Like, just cut out the middleman and give us a way of actually stacking them up. Don't make it too crazy overpowered where you can just stack 100 master clues and then eventually bang them all out in one day. I think we're fine with having it so you can have like 5 or 6 or 3 or 4, something like that. Yo, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, you are part of 92.7% of people that watch my videos and aren't subbed. If you do subscribe, I will pet Penny one time. I will give her a big old pet, and it'll be good, and it'll be fun. So Penny's my dog, and she's kind of cute. I recommend you sub if you're enjoying the content. There's Penny. Look at her. She's getting her head scratched. Good time. Good stuff. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, moving on. So some of these relics, like I'm not going to mansplain all of these. You've seen them, you've read them, stuff like that. Right away, the tier 1 relics, some of them are, well, it's all buffs to stuff that we have in the game. Like we've already got a crystal pickaxe in the game, and this relic gives you a crystal pickaxe or a crystal axe or a crystal harpoon, essentially. I don't think there's anything that they should do here. It's just really buffed what we currently have. So no need for any of the tier 1 relics. Tier 2, couple of ideas. Like, should we not be able to train agility by running around? Like, that just makes sense. That's how you train it in real life. You go on a little marathon, and it's like, yeah, I now have more stamina. So I don't know what they really could do with that. Let's say, what I think they should do is, there's only some crappy agility courses at low levels. Maybe add a lower tier hallowed sepulcher kind of thing, like something that you can do at level 40 or 30, for example, kind of like the Brimhaven agility course. It gives you like tickets or something, for example. Maybe they just make it so you buy them with marks of grace, but like an upgrade to graceful boots that then gives you like token XP while you're running around. And like people are getting passive agility XP. I don't know if I want this. I just want agility to be fun or something, because right now it's just kind of at the early levels. So the friendly forager relic is an idea. What I think they could do with herb drops, not herbs like gathering them through mining, because that makes no sense. But if you were to, let's say, kill an aberrant specter and it drops 2 Guam leaves in a Ranar. There was an item in RuneScape 2 that used to incinerate your herbs for half XP. Same thing as a Bone Crusher. Instead of a Bone Crusher, it was like an herb incinerator. And I think it could fit in old school. Again, we are getting to easyscape mode. Like, it's been easyscape mode already, so just like we need more stuff to like add to the game to keep people engaged and whatever. But if there was a way of doing some sort of a mini game or a quest that gives you an herb incinerator, what you do is you click on the thing and you choose which herbs do you want to incinerate, and it gives you, it'll auto, like it cleans the herb for you, but it incinerates them, and you get the XP for it cleaning. So you can set it up so all of the low level herbs get like yeeted, and you just don't get them. And any of the high level herbs, you can still pick them up and put them in your herb sack. I don't know. I think that could kind of work. That's a friendly forager idea. For Dodgy Deals, we actually pretty much already have that in the game. Pickpocketing NPCs. They trialed Dodgy Deals in previous leagues, saw that it was really nice to just auto re-pickpocket things. So they smartly added it in a balanced way with Varlamore, which I think is a great idea. They got to do more of that. That's why I kind of, part of the reason why I'm making the video is there's a lot of things like Dodgy Deals where they trial it and then they put it in the game. I don't know what else they could do with Dodgy Deals. Like, they've already kind of done it, but I do think thieving should get some love. I don't like that thieving is a repetitive click every single tick or every 2 ticks to do an action. I think they could for sure add some more like thieving mini games and stuff like that. Okay, imagine you and the boys roll up to Raids 4 and there is a thieving like skilling room in Raids 4 where you get a minute to watch the rotation of these like guards or something to plan your attack. And there's like a different layout for how the guards are walking around. So that you got guard A is walking north to south, and then he pauses for 8 ticks, and then he goes east to west. And then you've got like, so everyone's like, you've got roles. You're like, okay, you watch that guard, I watch this guard, we watch that guard, boom. And then you cut to the actual room starting, and you go in, and everyone on your team needs to execute their plan to steal like an item, like a Dawnbringer from Tob. You steal an item that will help you with the rest of the raid. I think that could be kind of cool as a thieving kind of mini game of some sort. I don't know. Make thieving like cool again. There's so much that they could do with it, and I think it would be great to get like a thieving Todd, like a group based mini game, or add it to a raid. Give us other options. Like the stealing artifacts in Zaya is just like, that ain't it, guys. That is not it. It's kind of what I was talking about, but it's really just not fantastic. So yeah, I don't know. let's jump on to the next tier here. None of these would fit in the game. Clue Compass is way too OP. Bank Heist is pointless because you've got a crafting cape and teletabs. And Fairy's Flight, you just tele to your POH and you use your thing in the POH. So nothing that you can do with this tier, and I'm not going to waste your time talking about it. So moving on, Golden God. They're going to just straight up add Golden God to RuneScape. You know they are, guys. We need auto-alking. We need that. Okay, I'm actually going to, crazily enough, I'm going to come back to the auto-alking in a moment here. First off, what do we get? A Vernic. Sick. Okay, so Golden God is OP as heck. You're just auto-alking permanently and all the time. Doesn't really make sense. We can't put that in the game. Buying items from shops noted. Get away from Shopscape in general. We don't want that. So yeah, there's nothing in this tier that you could really add. I just wanted to kind of explain that a bit. But Reloaded, obviously, like what the heck, you gonna put that in the main game? No shot. Equilibrium, it doesn't fit. Like, what are you gonna do with Equilibrium? You're gonna allow people to like get this special, I don't know. They used to have blessings in RuneScape 2. What was it called? Auras. They used to have auras. So instead of like you had a slot like for your backpack, not your backpack. You had like a cape slot, you had a blessing / arrow slot, but you also had an aura slot. And you could get this aura that made it so you get XP in your lowest skill if you train another skill and stuff like that. And it was a daily thing. I really don't want old school RuneScape to go to be a like daily heavy game, because people just would log on and they would do all of their dailies, which would take them an hour, and then they'd log off, and they're just getting all these like daily XP lamps and daily like money and stuff like that. Like, we've already got battle staffs that are daily and like Kingdom of Miscellanea, like just like stuff. Like, we got a lot of things like that I'm not all for it. I don't think it would fit in the game. So yeah, pass on the Equilibrium being a thing, especially if it's through auras, for example. Tier 5. So we talked about stackable clues already. So Treasure Arbiter is essentially just making clues super easy. Production Master, there's no shot you could add something that just like auto processes all goods. There's no way. Slayer Master brings up a topic that I want to address. Turiel skipping and Turiel boosting is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Now, boosting is, like, honestly, it's kind of okay. But Turiel skipping, like, that's the meta for doing Slayer in the game. Can we do something about that? Now, you're not going to add Slayer Master that just allows you to be on task for everything. But a lot of people, like, a small 1%, even less of the community, they're speedrunners. And they're just doing the Inferno over and over again, and every time they do it, they have to kill a couple thousand chickens, a couple thousand cows and goblins through Turiel to then get a Zuck task, so that they can go enjoy like speedrunning Zuck. And like, just let them wear their Slayer helm in the Inferno. It won't count for like KC, it won't count for anything. Like, just give like a speedrun method. I don't know. On top of that though, like, can we do something about Turiel skipping? Just a way of making Slayer like better. I don't know what you could do, man. But Slayer Master, like, you can't just add that in where it's just automatically on task for everything. That's insane. Tier 6. Add Total Recall. I'm all for it. Do it. I'm sarcastic. I don't know if you could do anything with Total Recall. Like, maybe you could lock down an area and like create with rune crafting a like lodestone or like a waystone, and then teleport back to it every half an hour. I don't know what you could do with that, and then Banker's Note is just the most overpowered thing. It's a Leagues special. You get to enjoy it for a couple months a year during Leagues, and then that's that. You don't get it any other time. Tier 7. Pocket Kingdom just reminds me that Kingdom of Miscellanea is old and janky. I wouldn't hate if they added a better version of the Kingdom of Miscellanea. Now, I don't mean like buff it like beyond recognition. It's a nice Iron Man thing that people do, and then mains can make a bit of cash from it. I do, however, want a huge expansion to construction. I want people to be able to make their own kingdom, like full kingdom. Like right now when you have your house, you can make like, I don't know, a 16 by 16 house. Let us have a kingdom where it's 100 by 100. Oh, spaghetti code, it's not going to work, whatever. Build a kingdom, and in the kingdom you have all kinds of different things, like, for example, people that do fishing, and they go and they catch fish, and they give you fish, and you pay them. If you can make it balanced like kingdom, and it's only, let's say it's 20% better than the kingdom, but you need to put work into building your own kingdom for it to like happen. I don't know. There's something there through construction that I think could be pretty cool, but who knows? Okay, Grimoire. Jump into Grimoire. If you could have this omega powerful book for Magic that lets you swap your spellbook on command, I think it would be pretty sick. Like, you're just, when you're doing PVM, you're going to do Thralls and you're going to do Venge. And that's pretty much it. So you're getting a slight buff to DPS. Like, you're picking one or the other currently, and everyone picks Thralls. But if you could just add it so, like, yeah, you can also do Venge and you can do Pot Share and other things like that. Like, just swapping your spellbook would be cool. Obviously, the part of Grimoire where it just gives you all prayers, that won't happen. But if they, maybe a Raids 4, like, imagine if there was a reward that big, like, or you get a book that lets you change your spellbook on command. Or they already have the 5 swaps with the magic cape. Maybe you up that to 20. I don't know. They can't really let that work in the wilderness, I don't think. The only other thought would be you remove the delay completely on the lunar spellbook swap. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Overgrown is too OP. I'm not going to talk about it. It's too good for farming. Moving on. We can't do anything with Specialist. You've already got Death Charge. Now maybe they could have it so a new Grandmaster quest coming in that, I don't know, Kingdom... What is it called? A Kingdom Divided quest line. If they added a new quest that made Death Charge better, then that's how you kind of buff that. But Specialist, like getting spec back when your enemies die, like it's just it's Death Charge on crack basically, plus a Light Bearer on crack. Guardian, again, Kingdom Divided quest line. You get the Thralls. I could see them continuing that quest line with a Grandmaster quest that you are able to spawn like an even better Thrall somehow, like the Guardian. Now they can't go too crazy with it. I do think maybe a 5. If a Thrall could hit 5s, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Currently it hits 3s. If the requirements were high enough. Like, it's pretty good, and it's just easy scape, and we're buffing everything, and yada yada. But I don't know. Last Stand is the most overpowered thing this game has ever seen, ever. There's nothing you can do with Last Stand in the main game. You can't add that in. That's insane. I do like the way they showed the stats being super high and coming back down to 0. Like, maybe this is something that makes its way into Raids 4 somehow. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of thoughts here. I gave a lot of thoughts. Little flumple thought line, you know? If you have any topics that you want me to cover in a video, put it in the comments. If you have any stuff that I mentioned that you're like, ooh, that's a good idea, put it in the comments. If you have anything where you're like, you're out of your freaking mind, you're like, no, I don't want that in the game, put it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. I like you guys. You know, if you watched this video to the end, I do like you. And I think it would be cool for you to check it out and sort of, you know, see what you think in the comments. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. A lot of people hate me for just ending videos mid-sentence, but I'm not gonna do it again. Really, that's kind of where we're at.